Welcome back to online classes. In this video, we'll learn about source of capital. In the previous video session, we have discussed about what is capital and what are the concepts involved in capital. Now, let us learn the sources of capital. Sources of capital is also known as methods of finance or sources of finance. Methods of finance means to establish a company, to run the operations of an organization, or for the functioning of the organization, money is required. This money can be raised or funded through various sources. Say, for example, borrowing from friends, own capital, or through banks. Like this, there are few other sources. So these methods of finance are categorized into three types: long-term finance, medium-term finance, and short-term finance. In this video, we are exclusively learning about long-term finance. Long-term finance refers to the finance available for a long period to repay with the validity years of 3 years and above. So it has a period to repay the finance which has raised through various sources is 3 years and more than the 3 years. The long-term methods outlined to purchase fixed assets such as land, building, plants, and so on. Because this is fixed, the assets are fixed so that the company cannot gain money or income over such assets in a short term period. So that cause only the companies will not purchase the long term assets by raising short term source of finance, because when the long term assets have purchased by the organization by utilizing the short term source of finance, it has to sold off to repay the short term loan in the event of pressure to repay the loan, so that the companies has to raise long term finance for the sake of purchasing the long term fixed assets. And let us see what are the various sources that raises long term finance: own capital, share capital, preference share capital, equity share capital, retained profits, long term assets, debentures, government grants, and loans. Let us discuss one by one. Own capital. Own capital means the entrepreneurs, the owner of the business, own money to establish the business is known as own capital. For example, in the eve of sole trading, here only one person is raising the fund and he is investing his own money to start his business. In case of partnership, the partners will divide as the ratio of profits they distributed among themselves. At the same time, they invest the money in that ratio. So the money invested by the owners, partners, or promoters is permanent and will stay with the business throughout the life of the business. And next one is share capital. The share capital is raised by issuing the shares of the company. The capital is known as a share capital. The money which raised by issuing shares of the company is known as share capital. The share capital can be of two types. One is a preference share capital and equity share capital. Preference share capital. So preference share capital means here the people who purchases preference shares are entitled to enjoy few options of the company, few privileges provided by the company. If you observe, they have two rights. One is a right to receive fixed rate of dividend at any time, and right to return of capital. So right to return of capital means these preference shareholders will receive their capital along with the dividend, the balance dividend, even at the time of insolvency of the company. And let us discuss the types of preference shares. One is cumulative preference shares. Cumulative preference shares means when the company is not in a position to pay the dividend to the preference shareholders for many years, and these dividend will be accumulated, added whenever the company gets the position to repay the dividends of the shareholders. And next one is non-cumulative preference shares. Here the holder of these shares do not enjoy any right over the arrears of the demand, that means the balance of the dividend. Hence the unpaid dividend in arrears cannot be claimed in futures. It means the unpaid dividend will not be received by the preference shareholders, so that they are known as non-cumulative preference shareholders. And next one is participating preference shares. Participating preference shareholders enjoys the dividend in two times. They get their normal fixed rate of dividend as per the entitlement, and at the same time they participate again along with the equity shareholders in the distribution of profits. So they'll get the dividend in two times, so that they are known as participating preference shareholders. And redeemable preference shares, next one. These shares are repaid at the end of a given period. Given period means every share will have some repayment value and some time of maturity, so that the period of repayment is stipulated on each share. And the last one is non-redeemable preference shares. These shares continue as long as the company continues. They are repaid only at the end of the lifetime of the company. So these preference shareholders are generally the owners of the company and the partners of the company, as well as the government involved in company, so that they will enjoy the dividend to the lifetime of the company. And next one is equity share capital. Equity share capital raised through issue of equity shares. The required fund of the company will be divided into equal parts, and those parts are known as equity shares. When these shares are issued to the public, then they are known as equity shares, and the fund raised through issuing the equity shares is known as equity share capital. And these are also known as ordinary shares because the ordinary public will purchasing the shares. And these people will have voting rights at the time of electing the board members of the company, and they doesn't enjoy any priorities because they are called as the real owners of the company, so that they doesn't enjoy any priorities, and their priority is to give away the dividend and all the profits at the right time and meantime to all the shareholders. These people are generally the risk bearers of the company because they will get the dividend when the company repays all its credits, and the remaining profits will be shared only among the share capital holders, that means equity share capital holders. And next one is retained profits. Retained profits means the profit remained after all the claims. These form of significant source of finance. These retained profits are generally used for the growth and expansion. So when the company acquires more profit in a year, they'll spend some part of amount of profit to for the growth and expansion of the organization, so that they need not to approach any financial institution or source of finance for raising the fund. So these retained profits are also one of the source of capital. And next one is long-term loans. Long-term loans are specialized for financial institutions. So generally there are few financial institutions who provides long-term loans to the business, but it generally to avail the business loans, it requires some surety and security or property of the business people. So these long-term loans are generally used to purchase buildings, machinery, vehicles. It means large vehicles or large equipment or big size machinery, like that. And next one is a debenture. Debentures are the loans taken by the company. It is just a certificate or a letter issued by the company under its common seal and acknowledging the receipt of loan. A debenture holder is the creditor of the company and entitled to a fixed rate of interest on the debenture amount. Payment of interest on debenture is the first charge against profit. So whenever the company acquires profits, it has to pay to the debenture holders first. And this is an additional source for the long-term finance. The payment of interest and principal amounts on these debentures is subject to the terms and conditions of issuing the debentures, because there are also different kinds of debentures. So let us see what are they. First one is a convertible debenture. So convertible debenture means here the debenture can be converted into equity shares on the specified date. Then onwards, these shareholders will be entitled to dividend, which will be normally higher than the rate of interest on debentures. So these debenture holders have an opportunity to convert their debentures to a equity shares after some time or over a period of time. And next one is partly convertible debentures. It means a portion of debentures will be converted into equity shares and the balance portion will continue as a debentures. And next one is non-convertible debentures. These debentures will not be converted into equity shares and until the date of payment they will continue as a loan. And next one is secured debentures. These debentures are safe because the assets of the company are offered as a security towards the payment of debentures. Even when the company is in a position to resolve or insolvency, these secured debentures will get their complete capital and the balance dividend or interest as per the document certified by the company. And next one is partly secured debentures. Partly secured debentures means the portion of debentures will be secured and remaining portion will be sometimes issued by the lesser value of the debenture. And next one is unsecured debenture. There is no security for these debentures. Normally the companies having a good financial record issue unsecured debentures. Of course, when the company is financially sound, they need not to issue secured debentures because they'll get proper dividend or interest and they will also have some capital gain over it. And next one is redeemable debentures. These debentures are repaid on a specified date, so they can redeem their money capital invested on debentures on a specified date. And next one is non-redeemable debentures. These are the repaid only at the end of the lifetime of the company. So as in the preference shares, here non-redeemable debentures are also continued as long as the lifetime of the company. Here also it involves the people who involved in the business operations of the company. Generally the board members will continue their non-redeemable debentures. And the next one is government grants and loans. Government provides long-term finance directly to the business people and indirectly supports by the subscribing the shares. So government, sometimes you can observe a private limited company. The word limited means it's a public enterprise or it is also having government support or government involvement, and to avoid certain conditions it needs to be satisfied. So the company needs to be satisfied certain conditions to avail government grants and loans. So like it needs to develop the backward area, or it has to start some ventures which is beneficial for the society in the form of societal fund needs to be arranged for the by the organization for the sake of society. So these are the things which it needs to support the growth of a society and the people who are depending on the company. Yeah, with this we have completed the source of finance, particularly a long-term source of finance. In the next video we will come up with medium-term finance sources. Thank you so much.